about you guys, but I kind of like being a private person. I don't know if that's been shown to you guys well enough that I like my privacy, especially since I use a fucking fake name on here. Probably a good example of why I don't like people knowing a lot about me. So hearing about flock cameras were genuinely terrifying as a longtime nerd who's also seen how privacy can be invaded through so much media that it's actually insane that we're still having to have this conversation about it. But I also didn't think AI would get this popular so quickly, so, I guess that's on me for being a dumbass. If you were like me, you were a kid who was raised in the early 2000s, maybe you're old, or you were raised in the late 90s, so you already know what X-Men is, and you already know what the X-Men animated series is as well, especially with 97 now making a huge comeback, coming out every Wednesday, which you should be watching, so I can get 5 more seasons of it. Thank you. So, immediately, when I saw people were freaking out about surveillance and, the idea of on the rise of all these, cameras everywhere, my first initial thought was, where have I seen this before? I'm going for Sentinels. Yes, obviously, you read the title of the video. I'm talking about Sentinels from X-Men. And genuinely, it's insane how media has warned us about, surveillance and privacy, and yet, government officials are like, this is great. You don't want things to track you, don't leave your house. And then they have flock cameras pointed in people's backyards. What's up with that, dog? What's going on with that? It's also a trend right now of young people, at least what I've seen are young people. If the older people are doing it, hey, how you doing? Good job. All you MILFs and DILFs out there, thank you for this. Are destroying flock cameras around the nation. And I can't tell you, you should be doing that legally with, because someone's going to be like, this YouTuber told me to do it, and then, my ass is on fire. But there's a little bit of me that likes you guys are doing it, but you didn't hear me say that. You can't use this in court, please. Thank you. I'm not telling you to do it. But if I was a teenager right now, I may have also be destroying a couple flock cameras in my cities. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Sorry for the people who hate this part where I'm going to get political, but statistically, we do have people in power who abuse said power. Police officers have been known before to track their partners, children, people who just don't want to fucking deal with them through other means, and that's all I can also think of with these flock cameras is, hey, I can put their license plate into a database, and hey, look, they were going this way on I-35. And then, they pulled off into Schmaltown at the, intersection. And then this flock camera that's also in that town now shows them at somebody's house. And, gun violence is already pretty bad. I'm alluding to what they're probably gonna do. They probably would have hurt someone is the point I'm making for all you who don't get out there. It's bad. This is bad. We shouldn't be surveillance in our country that's supposedly land of the free. I don't know. Now, if you're unaware of where I'm trying to make this point with the X-Men and Sentinels because you are not a giant fucking nerd, congratulations, you probably also got laid in high school. So did I. The Sentinels in X-Men is that they were supposed to only be tracking mutants and taking care of mutants, but eventually they evolved because anyone can have the mutant gene. Just like how anyone can commit a crime. See where I'm going with this? Anyone can commit a crime. Anyone can have a mutant gene. The point is, eventually, what I think will happen with these flock cameras, if we don't do something about it, they're going to be used as an excuse. Something is itching me on my chair, and I need to pull down my shirt. The point I'm making is that if we allow to be surveillanced in this heavy technology world, not only do I feel like it violates people's rights who don't want to be on camera, because let's be honest, you should be able to legally be in your own backyard, public, and you shouldn't have to be worried about being on camera all the time. And at what point are they going to abuse these cameras for just the smallest shit because someone just doesn't like you, or we want to imprison more people to get more money from prisons? and have enslaved labor. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not saying that will happen. That's just the first thing that went through my brain. And as someone who has, pattern recognition through autism, and it's a little spooky how it happens sometimes, yeah, it's a little scary. Because I'm right probably 98% of the time. So basically this whole video is, I think flock cameras are bad. Maybe you guys should be voting against them instead of destroying them, or doing whatever you want because you're your own people, and I can't stop you. Legally, I just can't tell you to do it. You are your own person and you make your own choices. Just like I used to make my own choices when I did a bunch of stupid illegal shit because, it was fighting back on causes I believed in. But that might just be a joke for this video. You don't know. There's no evidence. Because we didn't have flock cameras. That was stupid. Sorry. That was a little dumb. That was kind of dumb. But my point stands is, if you have an issue with flock cameras, be voting, be calling your legislators, even your small ones, to make sure. It's the same thing I feel with data centers. If we don't fight back now, this will get worse. It starts at flock cameras, it's then goes into surveillance and everywhere in public, and then we lead to Sentinels. I don't know about you. I don't want to have to wear a collar that controls my mutant powers. That's all I'm saying. Because, it's not like cool shit where it's like, we'll have mutant powers. It'll be like Sentinels who go after, I don't know, people with autism. Or, let's be real, it's gonna just start being like, hey, you're a person of color, and, America's racist as hell, so you're getting arrested. We already have that issues. We don't have cameras fucking everywhere yet. I hate that that's happening. Trust me, it's fucking terrible. But like, this is the reality of this situation where people are like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Well, your mom also thought you weren't gonna be that big of a deal, and now you're a giant fucking cunt in my comment section. Maybe your mom should have thought about using a rubber. Jesus. But that's the point is, guys, if you're upset about these as I am, do your job as a citizen, whichever way you see that's possible. My name's Princess Sherbie. If you'd like to discuss this in the comment section, that's fine. If you come attacking me on my appearance because you just think I'm a dumb bitch, YouTube's probably gonna block your comments. I don't know what to tell you people. Everyone thinks I'm just deleting comments. I really don't, unless you're just like spamming. I don't know what to tell you guys. Anyways, flock camera's bad. Boo.